Hi, in this video I will be discussing the software development cycle, specifically the waterfall model. Now, the waterfall model is a software development cycle model which consists of phases, and each phase is gone through sequentially without any overlap. There are 6 phases: requirement analysis, system design, implementation, testing, deployment, and maintenance. If you search up the waterfall model on the internet, different websites use different terms and names for the phases, but regardless of what they're called, the waterfall model follows the order I will discuss in a few moments. The waterfall model is a linear process. As a result, it can also be referred to as the linear sequential life cycle model. Now, the first phase is called requirement analysis. It involves understanding, developing, and recording all possible requirements for the system design. For example, when I work on a program, I like to write a small summary of what I want the program to do, what information it will need to run and perform tasks. The next phase is system design. After the requirement analysis is completed, the requirements are studied and the design is prepared. This phase is essentially envisioning and defining the overall system architecture. This stage is where I look at my program summary and required information and outline how I want the program to interact with the user, how the information will interact with each other, and how I will format the program. The next phase is called implementation. This is the phase where the construction or creation of the actual software takes place. This is where the coding happens. The programmers working on the software use the requirements and specifications generated in the previous phases and code the applications. In addition, the system is often divided into multiple codes called units. This makes the software more manageable. For example, this is where I begin to program, putting together all of the planning I completed in the previous stages. I separate the code into small sections, such as methods, to make it more manageable. The next phase is the testing phase. The units are put together and tested to ensure that the software is meeting all of the requirements. The program is tested for any faults and failures. Now, this is where I put all of the bits of code together to form one large program. I test my program and fix any errors I encounter. Now, this stage can be quite frustrating. The next stage is called deployment. Once the testing is completed, the software is functional. It is released to customers or into the market. Now, this is where I would submit my program if it were a school project. If that is the case, then generally I stop at this stage. Now, if the program I'm working on is not for a school project, I bring it to my target customer, family, friends, or some organization for them to use. Now, the last stage is called maintenance. In this phase, the customer is using the developed software. As issues are found in the program, whether that is due to missing requirements, mistakes, or as new requirements are requested by the customer, the program goes through changes to improve. For example, as friends, family, or anyone else using my program encounters errors which they point out to me, I go back into the program to fix the bugs, or add any changes they believe would make the program a better experience for the user. Now that we've learned about the phases, let's talk about some advantages and disadvantages of the waterfall model. Some advantages include that it is easy to manage due to the structure and linear fashion of the model. Second, the processes are completed one at a time instead of a lot of tasks going on at the same time, which makes the waterfall model more manageable. And third, it works well for small projects where the requirements are clearly outlined and easy to follow. Some disadvantages include that it does not allow much flexibility, reflection, and revision, as it is a very structured and specific model. Second, once the testing stage is over, it is very hard to go back to change something, especially if it was not well documented. And last, it delays testing until after completion. This can be tough, as you could write the entire code without knowing if it works and then encounter an overload of errors. Now, that is it for this video about the waterfall model. Thank you for watching.